little snap. I like to throw that frisbee and I snap. All right, how's it going, everyone? Today, I'm gonna be giving you a step-by-step tutorial on how I hit my wrist flick. This is probably one of my favorite and probably one of my best shots because I drill against the wall so much. But this shot is super great for helping you develop a lethal weapon to be able to attack right in front of you near this chest range. For example, scenarios where you might use this is, say someone is maybe hitting a drop and they hit their drop ever so slightly high. Instead of just kind of like pushing it back or just trying to get it back, we can actually attack this ball with the wrist flick. So I brought my wife Maggie today. I'm going to be teaching her. Maggie, have I ever taught you the wrist flick before? So today we're going to teach Maggie for the first time and we're going to give her that tool and hopefully you guys can learn along. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing about the wrist flick, I'm going to share with you guys a little analogy that I thought would be good to help you understand the mechanics of how to execute the wrist flick. And the analogy is, it's kind of like throwing a frisbee. So I want you to imagine, I want you to take your paddle like this here. And so I want you to hold your paddle like this, like you were about to throw a frisbee. And now pretend like you were about to like chuck it. Exactly, yeah. So you feel how your starting position, you naturally did this here, where you kind of coiled in. Yeah. So your wrist was kind of like bending this way like that. Yeah. That's the natural way of throwing a frisbee, right? Yeah. So that's what a starting position of the wrist flick is. So starting position here. Now I want you to put your paddle in your hand and then have your paddle square exactly like that. So that is the starting position of that wrist flick, is when you kind of coil here. And then when you release, I would describe it as a fling. So it's less of a kind of a muscly shot, but it's more like a fling of a disc. Okay. So starting position here, and then we're gonna fling. Okay, so that's exactly what we're gonna do here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feed Maggie a few feeds. Okay, ready? So get that starting position here. If I feed there. Good, yeah. You feel how much power you can get, and it's not because you're using a lot of muscle. It depends, but try to hit this straight. I would say if you finish this way further, that way will get you deeper shots. But a lot of these, especially if it's lower, you don't have the luxury to finish up because it might hit out. So I would say try to go for a medium right about here. So I'm gonna feed you right here again. Wow, good. Yeah, you feel that snap? Okay. So that one was trickier because it was a little bit lower. So that one you have to be a little bit more short. Good, yep, there we go. Good. And now I want to incorporate your other hand, because your left hand actually has a pretty important role. When I'm doing the wrist flick here, my left hand is becoming a counterbalance for me, because I'm loading here. Use that other hand as a balance, because if I'm just like this here and I dip my hand here, my body starts tilting. So I want to do this to like kind of help stabilize. Yeah, now you're looking like a pickleball player. Here we go. Excellent, good. Good, yeah, exactly. So this scenario would be like, say we were playing a game, you're up at the kitchen line, very good, and you had an opponent who was maybe trying to hit some drop shots and they're trying to come up, and I'm like, boom, oh gosh, and you were able to put pressure on me. And the most important thing you could do here, Maggie, is hit the ball either straight or down. I don't care how fast it is, as long as you can get that angle to be straight or slightly down, you're in a very, very good position. Here we go. Okay, a little bit high. Now we just have to adjust it a little bit. Beautiful there, very good. Oh, a little bit high. Okay, so that's okay. So I want to show you what's happening there. Yes. Exactly.
This just feels so awkward to me.
Right.
I haven't gotten used to it yet.
Yeah. So I'll show you a few here if you want to feed me some balls from there. So again, the starting position, we're gonna coil like we're about to throw a Frisbee, but at the moment of contact, my paddle angle here is either straight or slightly down. The past 2 hits that you hit, I thought you had a really good motion, but at the moment of contact, I noticed your paddle was looking like this, which is why when you hit, the ball went upwards instead of straight. All right, so just feed a few to me here. Oh, almost hit the camera. There we go. Okay, so you notice how mine didn't have a lot of follow through. I like to keep mine nice and compact so that when I execute it, and if they do hit it back, I'm already ready for the next one. Here we go. There. Just a little snap. About to throw that Frisbee, a nice snap. And I'm not really using a lot of muscle. I'm using paddle velocity. So this shot is not a like, it's not supposed to be like a, oh, I hit this and I instantly win the point. This one is just supposed to be like, kind of like a jab where I'm adding pressure onto my opponents and forcing them to react to it. And it's very surprising sometimes. All right, here we go. We'll do a few more demonstrations and we'll have Maggie try. Nice. These are good feeds, Maggie. You're like better than a ball machine.
It's all the softball.
Yeah. So we'll replay that in slow motion, and I really want you to pay attention to that starting point, and then when the execution hits, it's all right in front here. One more. There we go. And one more. Okay. So I want to next talk about when to do this shot. Because this shot isn't always here. A big mistake that I see people doing with the wrist flick is they're like, oh cool, okay, I learned this new cool wrist flick from Ed's reel. Let me just try to do this on every single shot. This shot is only really available if you have that contact point, I would say above like your quad area, because if I'm doing a wrist flick from down here, it's super hard to get the correct angle. And I would say you're better off just letting that ball bounce or hitting a volley dink. This shot, only use it if the ball is between like your mid quad to like, I would say like your upper torso right here. This way I could get straight. Down here, if I ever feed you a bad ball, a low ball, or your opponent's hit a lower ball and it's down here, it's not there. If it's not there, yeah, no worries. If it's not there, then just reset that one and look for a different opportunity. So let's have Maggie come on over here. Okay, here we go. Beautiful way to adjust that and be like, ooh, that was a little bit lower. You waited and then you did a shorter snap. Excellent. Excellent, beautiful angle. Yeah, that was a little bit lower. That was a tricky one. There we go. Up there. Good try. Good, yeah. Ooh, almost there. Almost there. And I'm gonna give you a quick tip, Maggie. Anytime you need to like reset and remind yourself, wait, how do I hit straight again? Go up to a net and then put your paddle against the net. Yeah.
Yeah, it's here.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Put your paddle against the net and make it so that it's very comfortable to be square. By square, I mean parallel to the net.
Okay.
So memorize that. Yeah? That's it.
It's working muscles I've never used.
Yeah. Good. So there? Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So these are scenarios where I want you to start recognizing this pattern. Is if this ball comes over here. All right, cut video, end there. See you guys later. Like and subscribe. That was that was like the perfect wrist play. There. Great shot. There. Excellent. There. Good. Yeah, you feel that snap?
My wrist is gonna be so sore.
So I would say when you're starting it out, if you're brand new to utilizing your wrist movement for shots, do this in micro little bits so that you could get used to it. But ultimately, when I'm doing these wrist flicks, I'm actually not utilizing a lot of muscle in this area. I'm more utilizing this uncoiling effect, tightening for half a second, and I'm letting it go. So I'm here, I'm tightening for half a second right before I hit the ball, and then as soon as I'm about to hit the ball, I let it go and I completely relax. Instead of being tense the whole time and trying to muscle it through the entire time. This way you get far less power and you're more prone to injuries. But if you go here, tighten right before you're about to hit, and then release, completely let go. Like you, for example, like the Frisbee analogy, if I hold on to that Frisbee the entire time, that Frisbee won't leave my hand. You need to let go of that Frisbee in order to give that spin, that snap, right? So same thing with this. Here, tighten and then let go. Let go and then stop here. Cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little quick tutorial on my favorite shot, the wrist flick. Go try it out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.